Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are stepping into a world of really intense ritual and symbolism to deconstruct the liturgy of the Obsidian Temple. This is a pretty dense and challenging parable, so let's try to break down its vision together. Right off the bat, the source material sets the scene not just with a place, but with a sound. And what a sound. It's described as geological, like continents shifting, but also anatomical, vibrating through the temple's ribs. It's as if the temple itself is a living, breathing creature with a purpose that is incredibly precise and completely without regret. So, first up, let's establish the location. This isn't just a building. The text describes it as a kind of machine, one with a very specific and, frankly, pretty grim function. Now that term, threshing floor, is so specific. You know, in farming, it's where you beat the grain to separate it from the useless chaff. So you have to ask, what's being threshed here? And there's our answer. The temple's whole purpose is this violent transformation of the spirit. It's about taking the very last bits of what we'd call our humanity, these narrow fragments, and literally crushing them into something hard, unfeeling, and elemental, like cold iron. Okay, so if the temple is the machine, what's the catalyst? That brings us to the absolute centerpiece of this ritual, the stuff inside the Inferno chalice. And trust me, this is no ordinary drink. I mean, look at how this liquid is described. It's not just one thing. It's like an essence of so many powerful ideas. It's the concentrated failure of all those who tried to be good, but just couldn't commit. It's a poison that actually strengthens a new world order. It's a guidebook to nothingness. And at the end of the day, it's an invitation to become completely, utterly unbreakable. So drinking this isn't just a symbolic act. It's meant to kick off a massive chemical reaction inside you, a synthesis. This happens to the main character of the parable, who the text calls the tarantula preacher. And the synthesis, well, it's the whole point of the transformation. And this is where it gets really wild. The goal isn't just to change a little, it's a total, irreversible combustion of the soul. The whole point is to light a fire inside that is self-governing, sovereign, and so absolute that no amount of goodness or pious light could ever put it out. So, beyond the spooky ritual and the magic drink, the text lays out a really clear, really challenging philosophy. This is about embracing a worldview that just completely throws conventional morality out the window. Now, this is absolutely fascinating. The liturgy has an explicit goal. It argues that mercy is just a mask, something fake that we wear to cover up a more fundamental predatory truth about ourselves. The whole point of the ritual is to rip that mask off for good. And here we have the ultimate goal. It's a kind of supreme individualism, right? By taking this drink, the individual connects their personal will to power, not to a god, not to a moral code, but to some primal, chaotic, great deep. In this new reality, your will becomes the only law that matters. The text really sets up this stark choice, this tale of two worlds. On one side, you have the conventional world of morality, which it paints as lukewarm, weak, basically a graveyard of old ideas. And on the other, you have the Obsidian Temple, offering a philosophy that says a sacred yes to destruction, that sees itself as the living heart of a new era and values absolute strength above all else. Now, this whole philosophy, it builds into a worldview that goes way beyond the temple walls. This isn't meant to be some quiet, private ceremony. It has consequences. And this is a really crucial detail. This isn't some cult in the desert hoping to one day take over. According to the text, they've already won. The liturgy says it has gloriously claimed the bazaar, the public square, the marketplace of ideas. The battle, in its view, is already over. So who are these followers? Well, they see themselves as a new kind of ruling class. They're not just inheriting a dark world, they are actively creating it. They are the architects of this new global web, and their shadow has already infected everything. The appearance of this number, 7, is really significant. It suggests a connection to a deeper, almost preordained path. It implies this whole outcome, this return to the deep, wasn't just some accident. It was an inevitability. It was a spiritual destiny that was always waiting at the end of the road. So all these pieces, the temple, the drink, the philosophy, this whole worldview, they're all coming together now. It's all converging in the final climactic act of this dark parable. A new trinity is declared to establish this new order. You have the tarantula, the individual, as the master. The chalice becomes the womb, the very method of creating this new reality. And the temple itself becomes the kingdom, the heart of the whole new dominion. I love this line. It's basically saying that the time for self-reflection, for preparation, this prologue of the mirror, is officially over. There is no looking back. The time for action, for this new reality to really begin, is right now, and it's absolute. And the ritual wraps up with these 4 decisive, irreversible steps. It's so clean. It moves from a simple action, raising a toast, to a profound internal event, the mask shattering. And it all culminates in a new external reality. The dominion has begun. And that brings us to the final triumphant declaration. The internal transformation is done, and a new reign has started. The repetition of truly, triumphantly, and permanently is there to just hammer home the absolute finality of this moment. The liturgy just leaves us here, with this incredibly powerful question. It's presenting a worldview that finds its ultimate victory not in peace or light or salvation, but in a self-governing and permanent fire within the soul. It really challenges us to think about what it means when the destination is the inferno.